Så folkens, då är det dags att sadla på igen då för dagens sista kraftansträngning. Nu ska det bli jaktstart för herrar över 12,5 kilometer. Får vi se om det blir lika spännande som det var på damsidan. Där sköt man ju nästan ner allt som inte var tavlor. Det har lugnat ner sig lite på vallen, men det är lite ostabilt. Så det kan vara lite spännande nu också hur det kommer att bli. 60 herrar har kvalat in till den här jaktstarten. Än så länge har vi bara ett återbud.
Hej. Det är lite Pelle som är bak i här då. Vad är det du? Ja, det är det jag måste göra. Hej. Hallå. Kom halvvägs den. Ja. Det stämmer det. Tack. 928. Varsågod. Tarjei.
Tarjei Böre is fourth, Johannes Dahle fifth, and Sebastian Samuelsson is in sixth place. Still a home leg, that is also the best under 25 athletes. In the race today, we will have Lukas Hofer starting first for Italy. He has 4 seconds in hand versus Sebastian Samuelsson, then 14 seconds to Tarjei Böre. But it's a quite tight field here, as it was by the ladies, and in the ladies, no athletes were shooting clean. We do have now 5 minutes to the start. Führung Lukas Hofer, die City-Rolle für Italien, hat seine erste Sieg seit 2014 gestern geholt. Es ist 10 Sekunden vor der Lokalmatador Sebastian Samuelsson. Beide Damen haben niemand 0 geschossen, es ist ganz schwer. Wir werden sehen, was passiert hier. Wir haben jetzt 4 Minuten zum Start. 4 minutes to the start. Ja, det blir nog en tävling där köttet blir väldigt avgörande. Det såg vi i de tävlingen också. Även om det skilde en del i skidåkningen så var det på vallen som det mesta hände i de tävlingen. Det kan bli detsamma här när vi nu börjar närma oss 2 minuter till start. Coming down now towards 2 minutes to the start. 2 minutes to the start. 2 Minuten zum Start. Remember the corridors. For the summer, only 4 seconds and 40 to Biathlon, 22 to Simon Destier, 21 Moyer, 29, Lula Regler, 22, no gap to Johannes Tilesberg at 46 to 2, challenging each other for the overall World Cup, starting with number 6 and 7. Regler has the blue one, that's the best number 23, and Johannes Tilesberg has the yellow and red tip as overall and total World Cup leader. But this is Tarjeiper from the podium again yesterday. Sebastian Samuelsson på hemmaplan här i Östersund kör nu Sebbe. Ligger på och har los på ledningen här. Nära igår, det är jättelångt. Och där seger för gästen, det sitter roller Lukas Hofer, Italien. Lukas Hofer startet in 45 sekunder. 45 seconds to the start. Kvar till start. Less than half a minute now to the start. Starting in 4 light lanes. 4.5 kilometer, 4 times to the race. Tarjeiper leder med bara 9 poäng i jaktlagscupen för Schacken. We are ready to rock, and we have just a few seconds left now to the start. Good luck to all the athletes. And on course is Lukas Hofer, followed by Sebastian Samuelsson, 4 seconds. Small gap to number 3, Tarjeiper, the best Norwegian, starting 14 seconds behind. Bö has started, and then at 22 seconds, the first of the strong French team, Simon Destier. And he has 7 seconds on his teammate, Theo Meyer. Small gap of 4 seconds to Sturla Holm Lägreid.
Well, a very good afternoon. Welcome back to Östersund. As you can see, the men's pursuit is underway. Hoffer, Samuelsson, Bull, Destier and Theo Meyer already away. Lägreid just gone. Behind him, Johannes Tingersbø. This is all about the fight for the overall trophy this year. Number 6 and 7 are both in the running. Behind Johannes Tingersbø, we've got Johannes Dale of Norway, who's had a very good season. Only 1 win so far. Iliev starts 9. Ries of Germany starts 10. Granichev making up the first 11. Away he goes. And then Vettler Shortsad Christiansen is 12. Simonada 13. And with his shooting, he should be able to pull himself up the order a bit. Ponsaloma, Langer, Anderson. Langer actually well worth a watch. Number 15. Brilliant race yesterday. A PB for him. And he wasn't the only one to get a best. Alexander Anderson, 16. Smolsky, 17. And making up the top 20, Felix Leitner of Austria. And just 1 minute 18 separating the top 20 athletes. A little bit of reprieve in the wind, Mike. That might even things out a little.
Yes, I bet they really are relieved that the wind has dropped off. I watched the zeroing, and it was still changeable and still tricky at times. The gusts are still coming through.
Well, it's going to be a few minutes before the first men are in. The men's pursuit raced over 12.5 kilometers, so each lap just 500 meters longer than it was for the women. Lukas Hofer, so many people delighted that he got his second win after a 7-year wait. No one more so than him, but it was interesting, Mike, to see how happy the coaches were, not just from the Italian team, but everyone enjoying the fact that, you know, an old hand, a man who's been, you know, fighting the ups and downs of biathlon has finally come through to get that second win.
It's great news for biathlon, and it is. It's termed as the biathlon family. These athletes for 4 straight months have been beside each other on the range. They respect each other, and so many came up to congratulate Luke yesterday for that victory. He's been patient. He's waited a long time for it. I'd love to see him take another one today.
Yeah, that may be a little bit tougher with Samuelsson right on his tail. Tadej Bo there, who's having his best season since 2011. The two Frenchmen, Detieux, number 4, Fillon-Maillet, number 5. Excuse me, both capable of winning at 25.3 for Fillon-Maillet. He started 28 behind, so he's making ground already. And then the two battling it out for the Crystal Globe this year, Lygrid and Bo. And Bo might already gaining, 15 seconds on Lygrid on this first lap.
Oh, that is a brutal start, but I do like that strategy from Johannes Tingesbø. It's the hard part of the course up to the high point here, and he's put all that effort in. I wonder if he'll rest up now in behind Lygrid, maybe to try and intimidate him a little.
Nothing comes for free though, Mike, and effort on the first lap often means you haven't got it to give on the last lap, should it come to a sprint.
And this is a very firm pace set by Lukas Hofer at the front, being chased by Samuelsson. And for Johannes to have pulled some 10 seconds off Lukas Hofer, that's very fast skiing from Johannes Tingesbø.
Well, we've also got the, as we watch the two leaders come back down towards the range, they've got to do a little loop up to the left. Mike, whichever one wins of Johannes Tinges, Emilien Jacquelin and Sturla Holm Lygrid, whichever one of those wins, we're likely to see them take the Pursuit Crystal Globe, unless they're a long way down the order, but I can't see that happening. And then Quentin Fillon-Maillet, 4th in the Pursuit standings at the moment, could still walk away with a Globe this afternoon.
Yes, Fillon-Maillet, and of course 2 wins this season already, and this is his, when he's chasing, this is his favourite race. But what about Jacquelin yesterday, losing 29 seconds over the last 3-kilometre lap? He lost his way after missing the 2 final targets.
Yeah, and I think that really costing him any chance of claiming the Pursuit trophy, actually. And as you said, you thought the French team would have been disappointed in his performance, but there may well be a story behind his demise. We have absolutely no idea how he was feeling. It just looked as though he had nothing left to give.
Yes, and I think his pace had been great. 5 seconds off the lead time, 4 seconds off the lead time. The last lap to lose 29, he absolutely blew up. Or I thought maybe it was the spirit broken after missing the final 2 targets.
Well, the Swedish team looking on anxiously. Not a good morning for them in the women's race. Really disappointing performances by Hanna Öberg, who looks as though she wishes the season finished a month ago, just before the World Championships. Just hasn't quite managed to rekindle her best form. Samuelsson, on the other hand, has looked very, very strong on the skis. Up against Lukas Hofer. Hofer in lane 1. Change of the sights from Hofer, and what's that? The wind just easing off a little bit.
Quite amazing. We often see Lukas Hofer in and out in 22 seconds. He's really been careful with his first 5 shots.
That's not paid off. Not paid off. Often when you change your routine, you make mistakes, and he's done that. Samuelsson on his own out front now. Tadej Bo with a miss. Johannes Tinges, watch that first shot. Every time we point out he misses. Hopefully today it will be different. Lygrid taking a couple of extra seconds before getting the first round away. Detieux has missed, and a miss. Yeah,
the wind has completely changed now, Patrick. It was from the left, now it's coming from the front right. It really is affecting most of them. Johannes Tinges both good so far.
Well, who would have put money on Johannes Tinges outshooting Lygrid? That could be such a vital move in the race for the Globe, but 3 shoots still to go. Effectively, Mike, when you take away their worst results, there are only 5 points separating the top 2 positions, and when you consider that you get 60 points for a win and 54 for second, it is just 1 place. We're going down to the wire tomorrow without a doubt, just like we did last season between Johannes Tinges and Martin Fourcade. Guess who's got 5? Simoneda gets 5. Latypov with a good 5. That could be useful, and we'll just track his progress
Garanashev having a great end to his season. He's shot 5 as well. He's moved from 11 to 6.
Early days though, and at this stage it's all about staying in the race. And Jacquelin at 1:22. Well, he's gained a few places, Jacquelin. He was 24th, so he's gained 13 places already. Hofer has come out in second despite a miss. Let's see where Samuelsson's rounds were going.
Yes, real discipline there from Samuelsson. He didn't break routine. He checked the wind. It did turn around from left to right during his process, but he just aimed off, I think. He just shaded over to the right as the wind was coming from the right.
Lygrid still hanging on to a top 5 despite the miss. And at the moment giving away some 21 seconds to Johannes Tingesbø. Tarjei Bø in 4th, so we could again, not for the first, second or third time this season, have the two Bø brothers on the podium. It's been a brilliant season, particularly for Tarjei Bø, Mike.
I think he's done a great job, and I was just looking earlier at his past results. His first ever podium was at the World Championships in 2011, and he hasn't had a win in the pursuit since then, so it's been a long time waiting to try and achieve that for him.
Yeah, he's going to have company in a minute. The yellow bib is coming up behind him. He won't feel too good at that. He had a 46-second lead over Johannes Tingesbø just 3.8 kilometers ago. So Bø claiming roughly 10 seconds per kilometer. Phenomenal effort from him. Here's the older brother, still looking pretty light on his feet, going really well. 43.9 behind, having started 14 off the lead of Lukas Hofer.
And I think at the strong end to Tarjei Bø's season, it really is about earlier in the season. He was missing 1 or 2 shots every final time into the range. He seems to have mastered that just in the last 3 weeks, and it really has improved his performances massively.
Lygrid with a rare prone miss, and he'll be hoping he doesn't have any more. 96% his record in the prone position so far this season. I think he's almost certain to end up with over 95%, which is pretty much unheard of. And even at this stage, he's gone ahead of Simon Eder in terms of his overall ranking. Well, actually, Eder, just having a look at it, Mike, Eder with the last couple of races has gone back ahead of Lygrid. 96 and 91 versus 96 and 89.
It's incredible. I'm just noticing there, Lygrid losing 6 seconds ski time to the top, the high part of the course, on Samuelsson's time, and Johannes Tingesbø running or skiing much the same as Samuelsson.
So Samuelsson with a 25-second lead when he came out of the range. We'll get another update on that. A 27-second shoot from Samuelsson. Dovzhan Latyapov in the very low 20s. Johannes Tingesbø, 30 seconds, 10 seconds given away, making sure, and he avoided the penalty loop on the first prone for the first time in a while. 35 behind now, and he has made up only 3 seconds on Samuelsson on this last loop.
Yes, Samuelsson really looks inspired today, doesn't he? And I noticed Lukas Hofer on this climb, his coach giving him a very clear picture of the fall of the shots on the magnetic board, so we'll probably see a sight adjustment from Lukas Hofer.
Lygrid coming up the hill. He was at 59. We'll update you on that when he goes through 4.6. He's just about to reach that stage. 107 now. So 8 seconds given away by Lygrid on the last lap so far. Wind back from the left. Switch to the right halfway through the first shoot. Keep an eye on the anemometer every time that comes up on your screen. It's all over the place, isn't it, Mike? Really, really tricky conditions.
I think it's one of the toughest days we've seen this season because of the changeable wind. It's okay when it's steady from one side or the other, but this is switching all around.
little bit lucky with the fourth shot, 2 thrown wide. Samuelsson obviously deciding that it's a little bit of a lottery, and he just let them go. Hoffer's chance to get back into the lead. 1, 2, 3 seconds spent just checking all the flags.
I was amazed Samuelsson didn't pull his sights back, just like Lucas Hoffer did. Lucas Hoffer took him 3 clicks anti-clockwise. Oh, now the wind's changing again. He may want to put them back. So far, so good.
5 out of 5 for Hoffer. Remember, Samuelsson of Sweden with 2 penalty loops. Johannes Tingesbø, if he downs 10, that would be useful. He's halfway without a mistake. Lygrid now under a little bit of pressure as he kneels in preparation for his second shoot. Tingesbø missed one last time round, and he gets them all down this time. So 3 of the leading 4 go clear, and the order changes. Samuelsson just comes off the loop, and that's going to be interesting, Mike. Sandwich between the 2 Bø brothers. I wonder whether that sandwich is going to get thicker or thinner.
I think thinner. I think having done 300 metres, Lygrid's gone clear. Samuelsson's legs going into this tough 2.5 loop will be hurting right now. And I think that Tingesbø may well pull most of that 5 seconds back.
And Lygrid keeps the globe race alive by going clear with 37-second deficit now. He was 1:08 behind coming in, so that will cheer him up when he hears that. But he is still some, 28 seconds down on his rival Johannes Tingesbø. So he's 1 shot behind. Ada started down in 13th position, hasn't missed a target so far. He's up into 7th. Is there a prize, Mike, for the best shot of the season?
No, traditionally not, but of course if you shoot the perfect score at the World Championships, you're in the 0 club. Maybe the shooting would be a great incentive and highlighting the excellence of good shooting.
You got anything you could put up for a prize?
Could find something from a long time ago.
So Hoffer, Bø, Samuelsson, the top 3. Tingesbø in 4th, Lygrid in 5. The 2 leaders through the 6.3 kilometre stage. 2 shoots completed in the men's pursuit, their penultimate race of the season. Everyone looking forward to the end of the season. Normally there's a huge shindig, big party thrown at the end of the year. Not the case this time round. I think they'll just want to sleep for a week before they think about training again.
Oh, so many races. Lygrid, I'm so impressed with Lygrid. He knows how to dig deep. 36 seconds behind. He left the range. 37.3, so not losing. Have a look at Jacqueline. He really has.
I was going to say.
He's got that focus back again.
Yeah, 18 places gained already. If he wins this, Mike, he walks away with a crystal globe. So there's a bit of an incentive there. But he started down in 24. He's gone past all the other Frenchmen who started ahead of him. And he's had an absolutely sensational run so far. No targets missed. Guranichev, Ada, Lesser, all 10 out of 10 in the prone, as did Philipp Norath of Germany. 2 Germans in 10 and 11 at the moment. And Pigdrushny, who's got a record in this race, Mike. He won here 2 years ago, beating Johannes Tingesbø in the World Championships, no less.
Yes, that was quite a race, and Johannes, I hope it bears no reflection on today. Johannes had shot, what, 1-0-0 and then missed 3 the last time in, with over a minute lead coming in for his final shoot.
Yeah, Pigdrushny, you know, missing 2 on the first shoot. We didn't see him, we didn't mention him until he came in for the last shoot, and suddenly there he was in a position to win, with Johannes Tingesbø throwing 3 wide, as you say, on that last shoot. The 2 leaders locked together. Interesting that Johannes Tingesbø deciding not to go through. Samuelsson was at 16.7, now at 17.6. So he's just lost, since the range, he's lost 2 seconds. And Tingesbø was at 20 coming out of the range. He's now at 22. So the pace with the 2 leaders is good, but it's not over-optimistic. As for Leigrid, he doesn't really have an option now, does he? He's got to go all out. And he has lost 0.6 of a second since the shoot.
There's still a lot of confidence, isn't there, from Leigrid? The fact that he is so stable when it comes to his stand shoot normally, and he must be feeling good that he can still pull something back from this race. Could actually even still win it, only 36 seconds behind. Depends what happens up the front.
Absolutely. Hoffer 80% in the stand. Johannes Tingesbø is at 83. We've got Tingesbø, who is 81, and Leigrid at 89. We could see a change in the order on shoot number 3. Here we go. And the wind, just to make it interesting, has picked up again from the left. Hoffer gets a little bit of protection from the body of Johannes Tingesbø.
Oh, this is so cruel, the wind picking up like this. Dropping away now. This is much easier conditions. In seconds, it can change so much.
We're starting to see why Johannes Tingesbø has won the overall World Cup for the last couple of seasons. That was a very well-disciplined shoot. Took time. When the wind dropped, he took his opportunity. And then when the nerves built, he took his time again for that last shot. And I'm not sure Leigrid will be aware of what Johannes Tinges has done there, but he will be aware that he's away. Samuelsson with 2 more misses. Tingesbø with 2 misses. Oh, they're handing this one to the World Cup leader. Leigrid, you would expect to clear 5. Not on this occasion. Is that nerves? Is it fatigue? Is it the wind? Probably a combination of all of them. And Jacqueline, Mike, Jacqueline is on a store, or just as I say it, he throws 1, then 2 wide, and his chance of winning, I think, has gone with those 2 mistakes.
I liked his strategy there, just build it strong and shoot fast. The wind was quite strong from the front left, but it was consistent, and that's why he tried to make it fast, but it didn't work out.
So a 40-second lead. Now, Johannes Tinges has to make a decision as we see Lesser go clear. First mistakes from Norath today. 40 seconds, Mike. If he works hard, he can easily get 2 full laps clear, and he may decide that is the best option before the last shoot. And in which case, he'll only need to hit 3 of the 5, and the victory will be his.
So impressed with Johannes Tingesbø. He's actually looked much more relaxed. He had a clear strategy to attack hard early on, catch up with Leigrid, put him under pressure into the first shoot, and he was happy to stay behind Hoffer. He wasn't impatient today, very much in control of his own race.
Yeah, Jacqueline out in 11th now, having dropped down the order a little. Jacquelin's shoot, incidentally, 22 seconds, and Johannes Tingesbø a sensible 29.3. And the different tactics clear.
Have a look at the flags. It was not easy. It varied within this 5-shot bout of shooting. You can see the wind blowing his rifle towards or away from his body. Great discipline.
Yeah, but great focus as well, Mike. When you really need something, you just see a different sort of Johannes Tinges out there on the range. And I wonder whether concentration, focus has been his downfall this year.
It's a funny mix, isn't it? Racing is so serious, and I know when I first went to biathlon, I thought, oh, the pressure is horrific. You're trying to hit targets. and coaches are telling you percentages, times, and how it could be better, and you get an overload. And I think in the last couple of weeks we've seen Johannes much more relaxed off the track, having fun again, and that's helped him take the pressure off, I think, with the size of the challenge that he has.
Yeah, 43 back to Hoffer, so 3 seconds gained by Johannes Tingesbø. We'll just get confirmation of that over the next few meters. I don't know where the coaches are getting their splits from. They've obviously got extra timing out there on the track. Hoffer with a lead of 20 seconds or so over Leigreid. Yeah, significant gap now, 47.2. Johannes Tingis is going for it. Welcome back to Östersund. Only 13 athletes through the 8.3 kilometre stage. One shoot remaining, and Johannes Tingesbø is getting closer and closer to that point of the race. The range coming again at 10 kilometres. He gets a good view of Lukas Hoffer, who is his main rival, just starting on the little climb behind him. And it's all about focus for the final shoot. He has not missed a target so far today. Only 2 athletes have been that accurate. The other one is Erik Lesser, who has gone from 33 all the way up into 3rd. That's a wonderful performance from Erik Lesser, and so nice for him, Mike, to be putting in a good race at the end of the season.
I'm so happy for Erik Lesser. He's one of the most popular athletes, friendliest athletes. There he is, and he's just gone ahead of Leigreid. So skiing well also. And if he can get these 5 down, he may well challenge Lukas Hoffer, depending on what Lukas can do now, who looked very tired on his skis, I thought.
Well, this is a vitally important shoot for Johannes Tingesbø and, of course, for Leigreid. Leigreid really does need to keep himself on the podium to stand a chance of winning the overall this year. Effectively 5 points between them at the start of today. Plenty of time to play with. 3 down, and he holds the lead. Well, there's the first miss. That might unsettle. There's a lot of movement in the end of that rifle.
It was so close, and yeah, there is a lot of movement. He's come in very hard. We heard his breathing.
Yeah, 1 out of 3 so far. Now he needs to rebuild. The race is not over. Hoffer will like what he sees when he comes round the corner. That's a good shot, so 2 out of 2. He needs this. He's thrown it wide, and you hear the exasperation from Johannes Tingesbø. 3 penalty loops, and that means 450 metres. He had 49 seconds to play with. Hoffer may well get his 2nd win in succession. You feel, Mike, he needs 5. Oh.
Well, the stadium commentator is telling it how it is, and if Lukas Hoffer, he understands that English very well. Has it put him off? Maybe it has.
Well, he's got a slim chance now. He's got to rattle these down if he's going to be in it. One penalty loop to pay. Lygride may well win this, Mike, because he's 2 down already. Watch his targets, 3 out of 3, 4 out of 4. Lygride is going back into the lead and once again becomes favourite for the overall World Cup. Sensational shooting from the youngster, and he will not believe what has happened up front. I'm not sure he's aware of what happened to Johannes Tinges' targets, but away goes Lygride. Johannes Tinges will see him from the penalty loop and know that he loses his advantage today. Lygride is away, he's clear, he's going to claim the 60 points, no doubt about that. And I think Johannes Tinges is out now in third place behind Hoffer, and he's got a ski race on his hands because he has to beat the Italian, but I'm not sure he can close 17 seconds down on Lygride on the last lap.
How painful is that? He's just skied 450 metres around the penalty loop. I would normally say he'll have a go at those 17 seconds, but having skied that distance in penalties, it's a tough challenge now, but he may well pass Lukas Hoffer.
Well, that is incredible, and having done all the calculations of what Lygride had to do with Johannes Tinges winning, I've got to redo the lot. And it gets so complicated because they're knocking off results. With every race they have, they take off their worst performances at the moment. Through goes Johannes Tinges. Is he on the chase? Well, we will find out. We'll get splits at 11.3. We'll get another one at 12.1, but only 2,500 metres from the range to the finish. And Johannes Tinges has got to produce his best lap of the season, but it could be the most important lap of his season.
And I think that was very sporting of Lukas Hoffer. He did invite him through, knowing full well that I think Hoffer's legs are really spent and that Johannes Tinges is desperately trying to catch his teammate Lygride.
Well, if Lygride wins this one, he is going on to 1,034. Johannes Tinges, if he finishes second, will be on 1,038, I think I'm right in saying. We will double check that. That's unofficial. But by my reckoning, Mike, Johannes Tinges stays ahead. But tomorrow, Johannes Tinges loses 34 points. And Lygride, just double check that, is going to lose 29.
Oh, it's so close. I can't believe the way that Johannes Tinges went up the steep little wall. He made it look like a flat section. He's really trying to manage this race to hold back some of that deficit. Oh, there he is. It must be down to, what, 12, 13 seconds now.
Yeah, they've still got 2.2 to go. 2.2 to go. It was at 16.4 between first and seconds. Johannes Tinges was 17.2 behind. He's not made any ground, but Lygride did go very, very hard on that first kilometre, Mike, and I thought Johannes Tinges was controlled.
Yes, and Lukas Hoffer, he's completely spent. He really attacked the first and the second lap at full pace, and now he's suffering a little. Well, Samuelsson, it's unfortunate. He missed 6 in the end, and Ponsiluoma from 14th up to 5th. Ponsiluoma missing 4 and still has a chance to come back. Eric Lesser sadly missing 2 targets last time in. Much better day for Christensen. He really needs a better day at the races. Only 2 Norwegians ahead of him, so he's 3rd Norwegian now today at the moment, and likely to stay that way.
Christensen looking tired. Leitner coming up strongly behind him, but Lygride is nearly there. One long climb and then the swinging descent down into the stadium for the final time. Can he believe his luck? Only 2 misses. He is still equal best. That last shoot really put pay. Actually, Fabien Claude of France has cleared 19. No one has gone with the perfect score today. Phil Maillet, Mike, 9 misses. 9 misses. He's gone from 5 down to 28.
The pressure, maybe Fiumaye taking a lot of risk in terms of shooting. Johannes Tingesbo, that last time in, costing him dearly. 3 missed on the last time in. He'll be very annoyed later when he looks at those scores.
Well, it makes the situation interesting. In terms of points on the board, Johannes Tingesbo is still going to lead, so he will go into the last race of the season with the yellow bib. But once you take away the deductions, the worst race, then it is Leigride who now has the lead by a mere 2 points. And we could see a 1 point season just as we had last year. Leigride gets the win that he so desperately needed. His 7th win of the season. Sensational stuff from the youngster, only 24-year-old. The fans in Yilo will be celebrating tonight. But the one man he doesn't want to cross the line behind him is the yellow-bibbed Johannes Tingesbo, and here he comes. You know, I think mentally, Mike, Leigride now in the better position.
It feels that way, doesn't it? Leigride having a little issue first time into the range, but keeping the discipline, great discipline in terms of his stand shooting, and just nipping ahead there. Rifle so steady. Good to see them congratulating each other there. What a race.
Yeah, Johannes Tinges is spent as well. In fact, the two leaders both look exhausted. Hoffer looks as though his season has just started. He has hit a rich vein of form in the last week of the year. Actually, he's been in good form really since the World Championships, and he gets yet another podium finish. He's had plenty. He was 8th in the World Cup standings going into today. That's 3 podiums from the last 4 races, and the race he wasn't on top, he was up in 5th. So Samuelsson 4, remember Samuelsson started well, Lesser in 5, Ponsaloma 6. That's a great race from Lesser, 33 to 5th. Had he not missed on that last shoot, he could have been the man crossing the line ahead of Leigride.
Wouldn't that have been great from 33rd all the way up? Christensen, much better day, missing 3 though, so his skiing is very strong. And Felix Leitner from 20th up to 8th, a great end to his season.
Yeah, Detieu 4 down to 9, Tadeusz 3 down to 10, Simoneda 3 misses from Simoneda. That's his worst shoot of the season, but windy conditions really making it very tricky. He went 13 to 11. Pigdrushny, the world champion from 2020, 34 to 13. Good race. He seems to like the tracks here in Östersund. And Jacquelin, who was absolutely sprinting up the rankings, finally came unstuck on that last stand shoot, down with 5 misses in all, dropped down to 14th when it looked as though he may well finish on the podium. So his challenge for the overall World Cup. And in terms, Mike, of the Pursuit Crystal Globe, it goes, by my reckoning, it goes to Leigride. But that, again, needs some more calculations because it's so complex. He was 11 points behind Johannes Tingesbo at the start of today.
Norath started well, but in the end missing 4, dropping back to 26. And well, Fiumaye, it wasn't his day, missing 9. Higgina also still to come in. He missed 9 as well. Not a great day for the French team.
Well, Mike, the pursuit standings, Leigride and Johannes Tingesbo, by my reckoning, are on equal points. But Leigride has notched up 3 pursuit wins this year, so surely the trophy is heading to him.
Well, that makes it interesting.
They've both finished on 306. The sprint Crystal Globe has already gone to Johannes Tingesbo. The individual has gone to Leigride, and the overall, as you know, is yet to be decided, and we only have 1 day left as we see Benny Doll just getting across the line ahead of the sprint between Gudchenko and Jake Brown of USA. 3:58. More World Cup points for Jake Brown. I think we could see him top 30 next year, and then hopefully he'll be challenging for podium positions.
Yes, Jake Brown, his ski speed is excellent. Yesterday, ninth fastest, only 27 seconds behind, over 10 kilometers. And again, just looking at his last lap time, 11th fastest, only 11.4 seconds behind Dessieux, who set the fastest lap.
Mike, we have mentioned the World Championship pursuit here back in 2020. Johannes Tingesbø started first, was a long way ahead with the last shoot, and he did exactly the same as he's done today. Was that race possibly going through his head when he was shooting this afternoon on the same lane in the same venue?
Do you know, it did go through my mind. When you have not a collapse, it was just a shooting error and a difficult day at the World Championships, but it does affect you. Your memory springs back to that moment, and it could well have got into his mind. If he'd only just missed 2 in the last time today, he could still have won today's race, but that is biathlon.
Absolutely. I'm just wondering whether if he'd come in and said, OK, let's just shoot fast, which he didn't do. He went for the more conservative, try to reduce the risk, but then it all went wrong because he was thinking about it rather than just going through the routine.
It's so strange. Every biathlete says you've got to be a little aggressive, you've got to have real attack in your shooting, but remain relaxed. It's almost an opposite, and he seemed to be backing off and maybe a little apprehensive on that last 5 shots.
Stromsheim and Gigener. Gigener wasn't really involved in the sprint. Stromsheim was. Didn't quite come off, but a good, strong finish from him. Mixed results for all the teams. Stromsheim won't be happy, down in 58th today. Plenty of athletes missing 6, 7 and 8. Jeremy Fumnello missing 8 from Switzerland. Dominic Vindisch not a match for his teammate Hoffer today. 8 misses, down in 40th position. The best shooting, as we mentioned, Fabian Cloud of the Netherlands, as he races for with his French brothers. 25th position, 19 hits out of 20, and he gained 19 places. Anyone else hit 18 out of 20? Leitner hit 18. Eric Lesser, we mentioned a few times, he hit 18. And the winner, Leigreid, also hitting 18 to take the win in 32.40. Hoffer 3, Berg 2, Leigreid number 1. What a finish we have in store tomorrow. The women's mass start will be first, midday UK time for that race, and Tyrrell Eckhoff looking for that 14th win, Mike. Didn't quite come her way today. 5 successive wins, and then she loses one, but she was back in 2nd place. Again, one more shot would have given her the victory, just as it would have done with Johannes Tingesbø. How often is that the way? And one shot can mean 1 millimetre. Will he be starting the season next year in yellow? It is a distinct possibility now as we have a look at the results. Leigreid Bo, unbelievably, 1 place apart yesterday, 1 place apart today. But Leigreid winning on both occasions, so nibbling away at that lead. But Johannes Tinges stays in yellow because the points that will be deducted tomorrow won't be deducted until the end of tomorrow's race. The Andersons, 2 men to watch from the Norwegian team in up-and-coming years. Philip Fjeld, the winner of the IBU Cup this year. There's Jake Brown, 38, just ahead of Giacomo and Vindisch, the 2 Italians. And Iliev, a bad day today, losing 39 places. That must have been depressing.
Stola, congratulations. What a fantastic race. What a tough battle. And a globe with it. You are the winner of the Pursuit Globe.
Am I?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Woo! Yes! I thought the others was a winner, but yeah, that's cool.
How did you do it today?
Oh, it was a good race. I tried to go even loops and not go too hard out in the beginning. And yeah, the shooting was difficult. I had one mistake in my first shooting, and I noticed that Johannes Bø was cleaning shooting after shooting. So I was thinking, okay, now I'm just fighting for a good position, and sort of the globe was in my mind. I thought, now he will claim the globe today. But I managed to stay calm the last shooting, and I cleaned, even though he had 3 mistakes. So then I took the lead, and yeah, I was just full of energy because I was so motivated, you know, to see that I was suddenly in lead and could claim another victory.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hoffer today, no one went clear. Very, very few of the world's best. He first 50 decades to learn this away the Norway. Try and claim
Second in this season.
that
Wasn't kind for
those two. It's riding on it. Stay. I think he's just a better taking.
good. He innocently went. A big surprise for him.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Extreme pressure.
Very tough, Mike, when the man who's trying to steal your crown is in your team. Mixed emotions.
Yes, you can see Johannes there. He's still coming to terms with it. He's still, you know, he'll be gracious in defeat, but he's just more annoyed at himself for letting that one opportunity go.
Ziggy Mazet will take his place probably in front of the podium rather than on it. I think Tarja is going to be the key to Johannes Tinges's recovery, and a little bit of his jocular behaviour might be just the thing that Johannes Tinges needs tonight to get the problems out of his mind.
Yes, you can only relax. It's all down to one day. You can't overthink it. You have to try and be happy and relax this evening, and Tarja Bo will help Johannes in that process.
Yeah, he wants to get as far away from the stadium as quick as possible. But moping around's not going to do any good. Another day, another race. He's still the #1 in the world, at least for another 24 hours. And what a different Johannes Tinges we're going to see tomorrow if he does manage to come in ahead of Sturla Holm Ligrad. The French could play a part in this, Mike. If Phil Maillet and Jacquelin have a good race and push the Norwegians down the order, it could be so close.
Yes, and the French team, having performed poorly today, we'd hope and expect that they will be back to their better shooting ways tomorrow.
The Norwegian women heading out to collect... is this the mixed relay team, or is this the relay? I think it may well be the mixed relay trophy.
Either way, it's all Norway.
They are sweeping the board at the moment, the Norwegians. It's been a very, very dominant season in biathlon. They've pretty much done the same in the cross-country races they've entered, apart from one Alexander Bolshunov, who has held up the Russians' end of things in cross-country skiing this year. For a small country, it is immensely impressive what they managed to do. We could all learn from their techniques, but we can't all have their culture. Well, that's it from Östersund for today. We have one more day of the biathlon season to go. It could be as exciting as the rest put together. Mass starts, the women racing over 12.5 kilometers, the men over 15. 4 shoots, 20 shots to decide the men's crystal globe. Will it be Johannes Tingis for the 3rd time in a row? Or will it be Lygrid, who just has the knack of hitting the targets? Well, thanks for your company over the weekend so far. I hope you got a little bit of time to spare for us tomorrow and the last 2 races to find out how this story is completed.